Okay. I'm Chris Schweitzer, as it says, with New Haven Leon Sister City Project, and I'm here to talk about the Walk, Bike, Transit campaign, which is a campaign to connect climate change with food insecurity and encouraging people to use their cars less. New Haven Leon is an organization that was started in 1984, and we have offices both here in New Haven and outside Leon, Nicaragua. Here you can see some of the pictures, which aren't so clear, I'm not sure why. But we do work around education and mostly preschool and after-school programs. We do youth work. We do work around environmental issues and sustainability and food security. Leon is there in the picture. We see the volcanoes in the back. Here are some pictures from outside Leon in Guyana where we work. And so why is an organization that does work in Nicaragua here talking about cars, walking, and biking? So the community where we work, Guyana, was pretty much wiped out by a hurricane in 1998. And those kind of storms and droughts are supposed to get worse, according to the IPCC. So that's not a very good slide. So these are some folks, young women from Guyana, and both of them were pushed out of their houses. One was 3, the baby was 3, and Yada was 6. And they're the folks that are going to have to face the impacts of climate change in the future. Of course, here in the US and in Europe and Japan, we have really large economies. They consume a lot of fossil fuels, which is what is creating a lot of greenhouse gases, which is what's driving climate change. As you can see, there are 800 cars per 1,000 people. In Connecticut, there are 4 per 1,000 in Nicaragua. So we have a lot of work to do. We are also concerned, of course, about our own home. The US is also going to suffer, and is suffering, impacts of climate change. All the extreme weather events are different because of climate change. Not everyone is caused by climate change, but because of the heat and moisture in the air, they are getting worse, and they will continue to get worse. So this campaign, Walk, Bike, Transit, is inviting all of us to look at these realities, and whether from a social justice perspective, our own self-interest, to look at changing, moving away from cars, because cars are a major source of air pollution and greenhouse gases in the US and in the world. So we have a series of posters that really push home that message, that there is a direct link between our behavior and climate change and food insecurity around the world. And as you see, there's a picture up from Africa, another one from Pakistan, the flood. And I'm sorry, the photos aren't very clear. But actually the focus of the campaign is much more on the positive side. For the social marketing or social psychology perspective, literature says that people generally respond better to a positive approach. So we're really going to focus in this campaign on how getting out of cars and walking and biking and transit is good for you. This slide is from inside one of the brochures we have, and you can see it's a lot about how it's good for your legs, good for your heart. It saves you money. I mean, the reality that an average car in the US costs $8,500 a year. Some people point out the average American works from January, February, March just to pay for a car. These are some other folks who do a similar campaign and point out that there's a lot of issues, a lot of reasons of why biking and walking are good for you as far as cost, as far as health, or saving money. And people, I don't think, really think too much about other options. There's such a car-centric culture. I just read the other day that in 1974, 66% of all children walked or biked to school. By 2000, 13% walked or biked to school. It kind of feels like there was an invasion of the border or something strange happened in that time period. But there are some big models in Europe. They're really serious about getting away from cars. They make it hard to drive in the cities. They really give incentives for taking publics. A lot of good bike lanes, not everywhere, but many places. Portland in the US does a really good job out in Oregon of having a lot of bike lanes and other alternatives. In New Haven, this area, we got to start. There are more sharrows and bike lanes in New Haven. The Farmington Canal Trail is a great resource, but we need many more of them. Down along Milford and up through West Haven, there's a lot of great places to bike and a lot of great places to go to get there. Got ways to get there. In New York City, they're doing a really good job of creating a lot of alternatives and bike lanes and walking. In this particular slide, you can see nice sidewalks, good bike lanes with clear designated areas where to go. There's cars dividing the traffic from the bikers, keep them safe. As you can see the map down below, maybe. There's a growing network. Also, there's been an effort, as you may know, in New Haven to have trolley here to provide a really good source of transportation. That's been struggling. But in Portland, up above, that trolley network has been extremely successful. People really ride trolleys. They use them a lot. These are some posters from World War II. They're real. And it shows that when a society says something is important, they kind of pull all the stops to make people push. So we need a national effort and a cultural effort to realize that this is important. So we plan to do a lot of different events. We're up against a big wall. There's a lot of money on the other side, gas, oil companies and car companies. There's a lot of money at stake in keeping things as they are, but for their own health. We want people to think about these options. So I'll be out tabling, doing presentations like this, inviting people to get involved. And of course, there's always nonprofits. We always need people to be involved, but we really need you all to explore options. This month is Bike Month. There's a lovely calendar up on our website with all the different options for biking this month. So there's a lot of great stuff to do. So to explore, try something different, take a day off a week, don't use your car. If you have a car, think about options. And thank you very much for your time. This is a picture up top of a bunch of kids from Guyana. And they're very excited, enthusiastic, and hopefully this campaign will help us all be excited about creating a healthier, cleaner, better world for all of us and for our kids and future generations. Thank you.